Hello. Hi. How's it going? I'm here. It's time for something new. Hello. Hi. How's it going? Yeah, okay, that sounds good. I'm gonna need to do an audio check once I'm actually in there. But, okay, got that going. Play. Let's play this game. Game capture. Doki Doki. That's, all characters are over 18. That's concerning. What am I walking into? Is this game... No, this game's not explicit, is it? I guess it's so that they're not, like, showing terrible things happening to children. I think. I don't know. Oh no, what have I got myself into? This game is not suitable for children or those who are easily disturbed. Noted. Individuals suffering from anxiety or depression may not have a positive experience playing this game. And you know what? That's okay. If you need to take a break, if you don't want to watch, that's okay. You don't have to. I understand. But I'll be here if you want to come back. Sex review detailed content warnings which contain spoilers. Alternatively, in-game content warnings can be enabled in the settings menu at any time. No. Give it to me blind. By playing Doki Doki Literature Club, you agree that you have noted the game's age rating in your region and consent to your exposure of highly disturbing content. What is Doki Doki plus age rating? Doki Doki Literature Club plus age rating. 13 plus. Really? It's only 13 plus? Club, you agree that you have no... Okay. I thought that'd be higher. I agree. Not suitable for children or those easily disturbed. Hey! Ah, this is delightful! So, back when Doki Doki Literature Club first came out, I watched... I think I was either Markiplier or the Game Grumps play it. I might have seen both of them eventually, but I've seen it. I know the twist, but now Doki Doki Plus is out, and I don't know what that means. Settings, text speed. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. Content warnings? No thanks. Skip unseen text, skip after choices, VSync full screen. Looks good. Let's mute that quick. Double check the audio. Consent to your exposure. I've seen it. I know the twist, but now Doki Doki Plus is out, and I don't know what that means. Settings. That sounds alright. Alright, let's bump that back up. Return. So, yeah. It's, time for something new. I'm excited. I'm super stoked for this. So, I have, like, one of the things that, like, I had started with just playing video games in general as soon as I got my PC was I've played a fuck ton of dating sims and visual novels. Like, one of my favorite games that I really should go back to eventually, just to see how well it holds up, is one of the first, like, proper visual novels, dating sims, like, one of the very, like, yeah, I don't, pretty sure it's not actually from Japan, but one of the very, like, Japanesey things that I first, like, gone through completely was, Katawa Shoujo. And that was a lot of fun. It's near and dear to my heart. So I'm very excited to be playing this. Like, I'm super hyped for this. It's been a while since I've played a proper, like, dating sim. I don't think Danganronpa really counts as a dating sim. Maybe 3. Not really, it's not much dating, though. But yeah, let's do this! I'm so excited. I can't contain myself. New game. Please enter your name. I'm Wes. Hey. I see an annoying girl running towards me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor and a good friend since we were children. Is that like... driveway has canopies instead of a garage? That's actually not... that's actually pretty good. I quite like that, actually. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. Okay, you're a dick. I guess I'm a dick. We used to walk to school together on days like this. Well, it started around high school. We would oversleep more and more frequently. I would get tired of waking up. She would oversleep. But if she's gonna chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. Wow, alright. Cool your fucking jets. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. I overslept again. I caught you this time. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. You say like you're thinking about ignoring me. That's mean, Wes. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean even if you want to. Whatever you say, Sayori. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, Wes, have you decided on a club to join yet? Club? Told you already, I'm not interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. I didn't? No, I didn't do any clubs. I was in the going home club in high school. That's not true. You told me you joined the club You told me you joined this... You told me you would join a club this year. Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did. One of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Why am I such a dick? Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me, when I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average, while spending my free time on games and anime. I mean, yes, but don't be a dick to your friends. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize, or have any skills before college. Happiness is really important to me, you know? You don't have to have skills before college. College doesn't mean anything. I know you're happy now, but I die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright. We'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises, though. Will you at least promise me you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Yay! I didn't let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl. More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. School day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. pack up my things and stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Hello? Sayori? Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. Look around and realize I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting there and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait for me if it's going to make you late to your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, you know what? Well, that you could come to my club. Sayori. Yeah? There's no way I'm going to your club. Wow! Ah, yeah? Meanie? Sayori is vice president of the literature club. What's wrong with that? Books are great. Literature's great. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Then she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club. She inherited the title of vice president. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please? Why do you care so much anyway? I don't know, maybe because you're friends? Well, I kinda told the club yesterday I would bring in a new member. And Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Don't make promises you can't keep. I mean, don't do that. Don't be a dick about it though. Just go to the goddamn club. Get a cupcake. Hang out for a bit. It's books. Like, seriously, dude. Can't tell if Sayori is really not much of an airhead, or if she's so cunning as to have planned all this out. I let out a long sigh. Fine. I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Yes, let's go. Thus today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. I mean, it's not the worst thing you could sell your soul for. I dejectedly followed Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Everyone, the new member is here. I told you, don't call me a new member. Eh? Glance around the room. Oh, damn it. I need to do voices. Yuri. Maya. You got Maya's voice now. Welcome to the literature club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayori always says nice things about you. Seriously? You brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Ah, Wes. What a nice surprise. Monica knows you at the gate. Welcome to the literature club. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. Yes, it is. What are you looking at? You want to say something? Say it. Sorry. Natsuki. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes her look like a first-year student. She's also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori. You can't just ignore her when she gets. You can just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayori says that quietly into my ear, then turns back towards the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Well, it's nice to meet both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monica, is that right? That's right. Great to see you again, Wes. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talk, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically, completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... you too, Monica. Come sit down, Wes. We made room for you at the table, so you can sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited. And how about I make some tea as well? And girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. Sayori mentioned it's been widened, so there's one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room, where Natsuki grabs a wrap tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Whoa! Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. Ah! Whiskers are drawn with icing, and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. That sounds adorable. So cute! I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know. Just hurry and take one. Yuri grabs one first. Then Monica, I follow. It's delicious. Sayori talks with a mouthful, and Nara's already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around on my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki's quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. She waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good! Thank you, Natsuki. Why are you thanking me? It's not like haven't I heard this somewhere before? Made them for you or anything. Huh? I thought you technically did. Sayori said... Well, maybe. But not for you, you know, you dummy. Alright, alright. Give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table, carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You have a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't the hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know? I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. I need to make more tea. I don't make nearly enough tea. I want a proper kettle, like a stovetop kettle. I just have an electric one. If there's a hobby that I want to get into, it's tea making. Because that just sounds like a cool skill to have. Maybe not a very practical one, but it sounds like a cool one to have. Monica raises an eyebrow and then smiles at me. So what made you consider the literature club? I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so... That's okay, don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You'd probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year? Well, you know. To be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. Feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica really is a great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. Must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. And it makes school events like festivals that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah, we'll do our best. You know it. Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why they're all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. You don't have to. You just read a book. So Wes, what kind of things do you like to read? I read a lot of different shit. I read a lot of manga, and when I get caught up, I will go to the novels and read those. What am I reading right now? There are a couple light novels that I got all caught up to max on, as far as I could go. Right now, I'm on volume 6 of My Next Life as a Villainess, All Routes Lead to Doom. Because apparently that got a manga, that got an anime. That surprised me when I saw that. I was like, oh, really? Because I read the manga of it, probably illegally. And I thought, oh, okay, this is fun. I got all caught up with that. And then the anime came out. I was like, oh, fuck, this is a lot more popular than I thought it was. And then, I was Googling something. It's like, okay, I'll take a look at this. And it's like, oh, there's 12 volumes of this in the light novel. Oh, and I can just in the Apple bookstore, I can just download it and put it on my phone as an EPUB. Alright, I guess I'll read this now. So I'm volume 6, which is just after where the manga is at, I believe. Yeah, that's what I'm reading. What else is there? Skeleton Knight in Another World, that's a good one. One that I really like is So Spider, So What. That one I'm not caught up on, but I've read 400 of the web novel chapters, or something ridiculous like that. They're not particularly long, but they're good. I own the physical copies of 5 volumes of Tanya the Evil that are just sitting on my shelf because I got distracted by something and I never finished reading them. I really should finish those. I'm only in the middle of volume 2, which is I think just after the submarine, if I'm remembering right. And that's fun. That's cool. The military drama is really interesting. Ooh, what's this? This is a dating sim. I love dating sims. Dating sims are so much fun for me. Am I reading anything else right now? Not really. A lot of D&D reference books. But that's about it. How does the stream look? Well, I'm got that aside and double checking things. Looks good. Whoa, what's this? Yeah, there we go. Audio looks fine. So yeah, that's what I'm reading, Yuri. Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. My mouse? Can't see my mouse. Manga. I muttered quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. Looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri?
Well, let's see.
She retraces the rim of her teacup with her finger.
My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me.
I very much agree. There's a lot of, like, really ridiculous premises that I really enjoy seeing fleshed out. That's mostly why I pick up a novel and then drop it after a bit. Because the premise and the setup is, like, really compelling, and then something else grabs my attention, and like a maniac, I drop it like a bag of rocks to move on to the next thing. What are some other weird ones that I've done that with? There was Skeleton Knight. There was, Cooking in a Different World or something like that. I don't remember. Reincarnated as a vending machine. That's another weird one that's like, oh, this is like interesting use of restrictions and powers. It's like a lot of it's fun how they do stuff. But unfortunately, a lot of light novel stuff, it just ends up dropped for whatever reason. Or like translators will get caught up, and then it doesn't go anywhere for months at a time. And you just kind of forget about it, which is a little sad, but oh well. That's how it goes.
And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive.
Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people.
But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop?
Yeah, like real Danganronpa vibes.
Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately.
What was it? Was I reading horror? No. I was just enjoying Resident Evil, I think. I think there was something spooky that I was reading, but I can't remember what it was. Oh well, I'm sure it'll come to me.
Ah, I read a horror book once.
I desperately grasped at something I can relate to at the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Really, I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you.
I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think, or it takes me to another world, then I can't really put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment.
Ugh, I hate horror.
Oh, why's that?
Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right. You usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. Looked like you were working on a poem called... Don't say it out loud! And give that back! Fine, fine.
Your cupcakes, your poems. Everything you do is just as cute as you are.
Jerry settles up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders. I'm not cute. Natsuki, you write your own poems? Eh? Well, I guess, sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. Poetry's hard, man. It is impressive. You wouldn't like them. I'm not a very confident writer yet.
I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing an even deeper reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? If you share some of your work, you can set an example to help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. Aww, I wanted to read everyone's poems.
We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay, I have an idea, everyone.
Natsuki and Yuri quizzically look over at Monika. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. And next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it. Plus, now that we have a new member, I think will help us get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of our club. Isn't that right, Wes? Monika smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem. Eh, what's that? Well, we're back to the original topic of me joining the club. I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Zuri may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and, dude. You got a club with 4 cuties here. Who are more than happy to hang out with you. Like, you don't have any other friends. Go home, video games and manga. It's like... I like that as much as the next guy, but friends are important too. Just to hang out with someone. I lose my train of thought. All 4 girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But... I'm sorry, I thought... Wes... You all... I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls? Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Yes, I'm so happy. Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey! You really did scare me for a moment. If you really came just for the cupcakes, I'd be super pissed. That makes it official. Welcome to the Literature Club. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem and bring it to the next meeting so we can all share it. Monika looks over at me once more. Wes, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monika with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey Wes, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right. So Yuri and I never walk home together anymore because she always stays after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay! With that, the 2 of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the 4 girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monika. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in the literature club? Yes. But perhaps I'll have a chance to go closer to one of these girls. Alright. I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess it starts with writing a poem tonight. Oh, this is funky. Time to write a poem. Pick words you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem the most. Okay. Save. Empty slot. Return. Let's see. Who do we want to hang out with? Thoughts on each character now. I like them all. They're all very cute. They're all pretty well fitting into, like, some recognizable character archetypes. And that's alright. Basic isn't bad. Let's see. Who do we want to hang out with? Let's write a poem then. Cheeks, fickle, calm, heaven sent, dance, sunny, sparkle, lazy, hair, bouncy. Bouncy. Flugent. Insight, sadness, broken, universe, spinning, puppy, disaster, cute, unstable, cute. Valentine, memories, sunset, holiday, eternity, philosophy, poof, lollipop, breathe, giggle, poof. Jump, tragedy, agonizing, variance, charm, bed, anime, sugar, whirlwind, habits, anime. Comfort, vertigo, kiss, pain, fantasy, nature, pout, sensation, candy, uncontrollable, candy. Infallible, loud. Entropy. Sing, despise, disown, starscape, tears, misfortune, judgment. Sing. Doki Doki Poetry Slam. I got an achievement. Spend enough time during the poetry minigame for the music to loop. Alrighty then. Chocolate. Fireflies. Pure. Fluffy. Sucks. Nibble. Kitty. Sweet. Doki Doki. Vanilla. Suicide. Pink. Melody. Flying. Harvey. Hi again, Wes. It's Monica. Monica's a name that I have feelings about, thanks to Danganronpa. Because Monica in Ultra Despair Girls, she's quite the character. But I look forward to hanging out with Monica. It's sad that you can't just hang out with Monica, because I really like Monica. I really like her design and I like her personality. So it's a shame that you can't just hang out with her like you do the other girls. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Don't worry. Can I turn off? Turn off my mouse in OBS. Where is output? Video. Hotkeys. Advance. Nope. How do I hide my mouse? Sources. Don't capture cursor. Save. There we go, perfect. This might be a little strange for me, but at least to keep my word. Well, I'm back in the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Wes. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on. Like he deserves any slack. So you already told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. If you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. But Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature.
It is. By that same token, I would consider visual novels literature too. Because if fucking Danganronpa's not is not literature, I don't know what is. That's a fucking commitment, that is. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. Wes always gives it his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work without even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Sayori, that's because your room is always so messy, it's distracting. You almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come? You and Wes can become good friends too. Sayori. As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into. Oh, Yuri even brought you something today, you know? But wait, Sayori. Eh? Me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? Eh? I'm sorry, Yuri, I wasn't thinking. I guess it means it's up to me to rescue the situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah. That'll make a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright. Well, here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. And we could, you know, discuss it if you wanted. How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off the scheduled activities for the club. That doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. Ugh. I hear Natsuki utter an exasperated sigh from within the closet. She seems to be annoyed by something. I approach her in case she needs a hand. You looking for something in there? Freaking Monica. She never puts my stuff back in the right spot. What's the point in keeping your collection organized if someone else just gonna mess it up? Natsuki slides a bunch of stacked books in boxes across the shelf. Manga. You read manga, right? Sometimes. Manga is one of those things where you can't admit you're really into it until you figure out where the other person stands. How did you know, anyway? I heard you bring it up at some point. Besides, it's kind of written on your face. What's that supposed to mean? I see. His lone volume of manga amidst a stack of various books on the side of one of the shelves. Curious, I pull it out of the stack. There it is. Natsuki snatches it out of my hand, then turns to a box of manga and slips the volume right into the middle of the rest. Ah, much better. Seeing a box set with one book missing is probably the most irritating sight in the world. I know that feel. Get closer and look at the book she's admiring. Parfait girls. This series I've never heard of in my life. Probably means it's either way out of my demographic, or it's simply terrible. Alright. You judgmental bastard. Don't judge shit. If you're gonna judge, you can do it through the glass on that door. Points to the classroom door. Hey, I wasn't judging anything. I didn't even say anything. It was that tone of your voice.
But I'll tell you one thing, Wes. Consider this a lesson straight from the literature club. Don't judge a book by its cover. In fact, Natsuki pulls out the first volume of Parfait Girls from the box. I'm going to show you exactly why. She shoved the book right into my hands. Ah. You stare at the cover. It features 4 girls in colorful attire, striking animated feminine poses. It's exceedingly moe. Don't just stand there. Natsuki grabs my arm and pulls me out of the closet. She then takes a seat against the wall beneath the windowsills and pats the ground next to her, signaling me to sit there. Wouldn't chairs be more comfortable? Take my seat. Chairs wouldn't work. We can't read at the same time like that. Eh? Why is that? No, I guess it's easier to be close together like this. Don't say that. Make me feel weird about it. Natsuki crosses her arms and scooches an inch away from me. Sorry. I didn't exactly expect to be sitting this close to her either. Not that I can say it's a particularly bad thing. I open the book. Only a few seconds before Natsuki once again inches closer, reclaiming the additional space where she hopes I wouldn't notice. I can feel it peering over my shoulder, much more eager to begin reading than I am. Wow, how long has it been since I read the beginning? You don't go back and flip through older volumes every now and then? Not really. Maybe sometimes after I've finished reading the series. Hey, are you paying attention? I am, but nothing's really happened yet, so I can talk at the same time. Looks like it's a bunch of friends in high school. Typical slice of life affair. I delight in slice of life stories. I love them so much. Kinda grew out of these, since it's rare for the writing to be entertaining enough to make it up for the lack of plot. So, what should I expect from this? Is it gonna be a plot? Well, obviously. Think I would enjoy something that didn't have a plot? I mean, well, I guess I know what you're saying. A lot of the beginning is about simple things. Like there's a really funny chapter where they're obsessed with a guy at the ice cream shop. That just helps you get to know the characters. And besides, it's still entertaining. Later on, there's all kinds of drama. Like when they all get into their backstories and some of the romance starts to happen. That's really what makes it so good. There's so many touching parts. Ah, is that so? Sounds like you really know what you're talking about. Maybe I underestimated you. Eh? Hey, wait! What's that supposed to mean? Oh, Natsuki gives me a little shove. I just meant that I haven't seen you at your full power. Good save. Ah, this chapter seems like it's about baking. It's just a guess. Is there a lot of baking in this manga? Well, Natsuki pauses for a moment as if she doesn't want to admit something. Yeah? Why does that matter? It doesn't, I was just curious. And you enjoy baking too, right? That's just a coincidence. I just happened to get into baking around the same time I got this manga. Like I would ever get into anything because it's in a manga. I feel bad for anyone that impressionable. Alright. I guess I'll go fuck myself then. Definitely not a coincidence. Guess that explains Natsuki's interest in baking. Still, of all the hobbies to pick up from a manga, that's definitely one of the better ones. Not to mention, she's really good at it, so who am I to judge? Aww, that's adorable. We read on for a few more minutes. I finished a couple of chapters at this point. You sure this isn't boring for you? It's not. Even though you're just watching me read? Well, I'm fine with that. If you say so. I guess it's fun sharing something that you like with someone else. I always get excited when I convince any of my friends to pick up a series I enjoy. You know what I mean? You don't? It's not... Well, I wouldn't really know. What do you mean? Don't you share manga with your friends? Did you not rub it in? Jeez. Sorry. Like you could ever get my friends to read this. They just think manga is for kids. can't even bring it up without them all being all like, "Eh, you still haven't grown out of that yet?" Makes me want to punch them in the face. Ugh, I know those kinds of people. Honestly, it takes a lot of effort to find friends who don't judge, much less friends who are also into it. I'm already kind of a loser, so I guess I gravitated towards the other losers over time. That's probably harder for someone like you. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. Wait, which part? I mean, I feel like I can't even keep it in my own room. I don't even know what my dad would do if he found this. At least it's safe here in the club room. Except Monica was kind of a jerk about it. Ugh, you just can't win, can I? Well, it paid off in the end, didn't it? I mean, here I am, reading it. It's not like that solves any of my problems. Maybe. At least you're enjoying yourself, right? So? Jeez, that's enough. You gonna keep reading or what? Yeah. I flipped the page. Suddenly, Natsuki starts laughing. I totally forgot that happens. Natsuki puts her finger on one of the panels. Minori is my favorite character. You always feel a little bad for her since she's so unlucky. But it gets especially bad when... I shouldn't be talking about that yet. Just finish the chapter. Natsuki's voice sparkles with excitement. This stark contrast to her usual bossy tone. And if she's not used to sharing her favorite manga with her friends, I can understand why. It's hard to express in words the feeling you get when connecting with someone like that. And being able to provide that to Natsuki, for whom it's a rare experience, the thought makes me smile a little to myself. Okay, everyone. Y'all ready with today's poems? Oh, come on. Could your timing be any worse? Sorry. I just need to make sure we have enough time. Though you do look pretty cozy over there. Oh! Natsuki suddenly notices how close she's gotten to me. She hastily slides herself a good 12 inches away from me. Alright. Guess I'll stop here for now. I close the book and hand it towards Natsuki. You're just giving it back? Don't you want to know what happens? Yeah, but... Monica just said, don't be dumb. Just take it home with you. Huh? Is that really alright? I say that mostly because I really didn't plan on using my spare time to read this. Well, of course. It'd take forever you to finish if you didn't take it home. Just finish that one before tomorrow so we can start the next one. If it gets bent, I'll kill you. By tomorrow? I think I'm partway through the volume so far. Might fall behind on some shows if I try and get through this. But I suppose it's a necessary sacrifice in exchange for seeing Natsuki's enthusiastic face. Or am I more scared of what'll happen if I don't finish it? Alright then. Stand up. I return to where I put my stuff and carefully slip the book into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. Relaxation ends. Can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share it with? I can't wait. Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori's is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf, torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Who should I show my poem to first? Monica. I should start with Monica. Yesterday, she seemed eager to read my poem. I wanted to know I'm putting an effort. Hi, Wes. Having a good time so far? Yeah, I am. I'm enjoying this. Thank you for asking. Good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, do you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities, or things we can do better? I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Or else I'll be afraid to bring things up. Much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Wes. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. I like it, Wes. Really? It's a lot cuter than I expected. Yeah, jeez. No. It kind of makes me think it's something Natsuki would write. And she's a good writer, too. But take that as a compliment. If you say so. Yep. There are lots of poems or stories out there that are no more than a few simple words. They can be funny, endearing, or even sad. But sometimes they're only a few lines long. The 2-sentence horror stories are some of my favorite things. It's so much fun. It might even feel like they're written for kids, but if you think about them, you can express views of the world that would apply to anybody. I see. So you're saying that Natsuki is kind of like that? Sort of. Maybe she's not an expert. You probably won't find much filler in her poems. They might be easy to write, but they're super challenging to get the meaning through. I can see why it would be your kind of poem to explore. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I love to see you try new things. It's the best way to find that kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little bit biased towards their own kind of styles. It'll always help you find what suits you the most. You don't force yourself to write the way everyone wants you to write. It's like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Anyway, you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to be not very good. Well, it's because I have to sound confident. Doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Oh, they changed up the music for it. Hole in wall. It could have been me. See the direction that sparkle. That's the direction the spackle protrudes. A noisy neighbor, an angry boyfriend. I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. A reel, blind, like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retinas, already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep. Stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out. And he on the other side was looking in. So what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. That's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. It is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What's the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. Kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that, because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem, or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is like this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Who should I show my poem to next? Theory. This is a good poem, Wes. Are you sure it's your first time? Of course. It's not that good. Am I the kind of guy who would be writing poems in his spare time? I guess you're right. But that's why it impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously. Or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy that you just wrote one. It just reminds me of how you're really a part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Well, of course. Not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? It's like I said before, Wes. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this for other people? That's something that only really good people do. Thanks, Sayori. Not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined. Knowing how much this means to her and all. Yeah. I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That will be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm gonna hold you to that then. Yay. Now you read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. We'll see about that. Oh, this one's, more of a wins. Dear Sunshine, the way you glow through the blinds in my morning makes me feel like you missed me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleep from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever. But I'm not mad. I want breakfast. Sayori, this is just a guess, but... Did you wait until morning to write this? No. Just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. At least it makes me feel a little better about myself. Don't be mean. I still tried my best. Yeah. Didn't mean to say that it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds just like you. Really? Yeah. Especially the last line. I made eggs and toast. Even though you were late to school? It's bad to skip breakfast. And get all cranky. I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. This is so much fun. Monika's the best. Yeah. And next time I won't forget. I'm gonna write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I'll look forward to it. Yuri. Yuri stares at the poem. A minute passes. More than enough time for her to finish reading. Oh, sorry. I forgot to start speaking. It's fine, don't force yourself. I'm not. I just need to put my thoughts into words. Hold on. Oh, okay. This is your first time writing a poem, right? Yeah. Why do you ask? I'm just making sure. I guess that it might be after reading it, though. So it was that bad. No. Did I just raise my voice? I'm so sorry. Yuri buries her face in her hands. I couldn't help but notice, but it's been several minutes, and we haven't really gotten anywhere. It might take Yuri a while to get used to new people. That's fine, I really didn't notice. What were you saying? Right, it's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most notable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick up a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form-fit it two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor changes, totally. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, it's not something that you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a single poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might even take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example. And trying new things. I also hope that everyone in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little biased though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. sorry.
It's fine. Not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. You mind if I read your poem now?
Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it.
Yuri smiles dreamily, as if it's a rare opportunity for her. Which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Ghosts under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one, the last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe. Calm, breathing air of the present but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back.
I'm sorry. I have such terrible handwriting.
What? I wasn't thinking that at all.
But you took such a long time to read.
Ah. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. Eh?
That's a relief.
I also like the poem. Even though it was short, it was really descriptive.
It wasn't too short? I usually write longer poems.
Not at all.
I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose.
Are you into ghosts, Yuri?
Woohoo. Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Wes.
Really? I must have totally missed the point.
Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their thoughts and feelings and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost. Lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past. And soon to be left with nothing.
That's a lot more solemn putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. It's impressive.
It's nothing, really. Well, it makes me happy that you think that. Just remember that it won't be long before you pick up on these things too.
Yeah, maybe you're right. I guess I'll have to keep trying.
I'm counting on you.
You should show my phone to Nick. Natsuki! Okay, well let's start with the things I don't like. First of all, Natsuki rereads my poem. Never mind, I don't feel like giving you my opinion. What's the point of sharing in the first place? I wrote this one, I could have been doing other things. In fact, remember how I said I wanted to read your poems? That's what I had in mind when writing this. I wanted to help you feel comfortable enough to share yours. Like Monica said. Well, I would be more comfortable sharing my poem if yours wasn't really bad. You're supposed to show me some dumb poem and make me go, ha, well, it's not that great, but let me show you what the real literature looks like. And you went and ruined it. Hope you're happy. So in other words, you're saying you liked it. Ugh. Natsuki's retort gets caught in her throat. Ugh, you're so... You don't understand anything, do you? I already told you. You don't have to go announcing it to the world like you're all self-important. Pretty sure you never actually said that. I say that mostly to myself. Natsuki must really hate me or something. I can't figure out if it's win or loss, but she really liked my poem. In any case, you still need to show me yours, right? Ugh, fine, I guess. Only because Monica will make me if I don't. Eagles can fly. Monkeys can climb. Crickets can leap. Horses can race. Owls can seek. Cheetahs can run. Eagles can fly. People can try. But that's about it. Yeah. I told you you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. But people don't even take my writing seriously. Isn't that the point of poems, for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like it when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem.
Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. The other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like, I set up for a rhyme at the end and it made it fall flat on purpose. Helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take it away from her. Phew. I guess that's everyone. I glance around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they are just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyes furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Eh?
Did you say something?
Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy.
Ah, thanks. Yours is cute.
Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute?
I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice.
Eh? You're having to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all.
I do have a couple of suggestions.
Huh. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it, and Wes did too. But based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions on my own. First of all...
Excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring. Which I haven't yet.
Ugh.
Wes liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it.
Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh? I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. Eh?
That's not what I... You're just...
Yuri stands up as well.
Maybe you're just jealous that Wes appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours.
Huh? And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself?
No. If I was too full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy.
Yeah. Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Wes started showing up. Natsuki. Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you.
I don't like fighting, guys.
Suddenly both girls started towards me, as if they just noticed I was standing there.
Wes. She's just trying to make me look bad.
That's not true. She started it. She can get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective. This wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point in making your poems all convoluted for no reason? Maybe you should jump out at the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. I'll explain that to her, Wes.
But wait. There's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning most effectively. Avoiding them is not necessarily limiting yourself. It's also a waste. You understand that, right, Wes?
Well... I didn't get dragged into this in the first place. Not like I know anything about writing. Whomever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. Of course it's gonna be... help me, Sayori. Natsuki. Natsuki glares at me, drawing up with any words that I had in my mouth. So instead I turn to Yuri. Yuri? Yuri's expression is so defenseless that I can't bring myself to say anything to her. Sayori! Hey. How's it going?
Stay
Ah, apologies. I'm gonna have to cut it for a second. I'll be back maybe tonight. Probably not. My dad came home, so I gotta help him with something. Sorry, my bad. I'll be back tomorrow because I want to get more into this. This is fun. I'm enjoying this a lot. So we'll flip a coin tomorrow and see whether we're doing more Doki Doki or starting his attorney. Maybe starting his attorney later because this is fun. But sorry, my bad. I'll be back later. Not later. Probably tomorrow. I'll be back